Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene and I am with the Room to Bloom. So I've been doing some short messages. I think what I'm going to do is just take a moment and let's do a message that's a little bit longer here. So the messages that I did were shorts, and I was having this incredible color come in, which was matching my top. And then I see now, and I saw just a little bit ago, that it is changing to purple. So I was reading about angel connections, and this is one of the ways that angels will connect with you. And one of the messages that came up was also about the auras. And so we have like this, I don't know if you can see this line here. And it was just going kind of in a circle. There's nothing around here that would constitute that other than, right, angels being here. So let's go ahead and take this message called Heart and Soul. These are by Sylvia Browne. I want to start out with this. Let's see what's going on. It might be helpful for you on your journey today. Okay, the first message is avoiding rumors. Okay, avoiding rumors. So we have a seashell, something that goes around or wraps within itself. Rumors will always abound, and the more you do in life, the more you will be a target. If you are doing what you feel God wants, then rumors won't hurt you. But also be careful that you are not the one starting or spreading rumors, right? So healing from rumors. And I also just did a video about, I can't remember what it's titled, like avoiding or rising above chaos and gossip. So that might be helpful for you if that is something either that you have been experiencing or that you have been taking a part in, right? Okay, the next one that we have is transforming weakness, right? So stepping into our power. Here, look at her mind. It's like lifting weights. What does that mean? Like mental. It starts in the mind. My grandmother used to say that within your weakness lies your strength. Sleeping. In the times of your greatest turmoil, if you use your intellect to override your emotion, you'll find weakness turning into strength. Think about the idea that God takes anything that is meant for harm and turns it into the good, right? Turns it into the positive. Okay, what else do we have? Handling divorce, okay? This to me feels like someone is at a crossroads, right? Taking a leap over a situation. Divorce can be a cruel severance of a way of life, a path of ending and change. It happens because one person grows in a different way than their partner does. Divorce is also an opportunity for rebirth, to prove to yourself that you can make it on your own, right? So what's coming to me is if you have felt weak because maybe you did give your power away, right? This is that strength that's been lying within, that's been sleeping, is being called to awaken, right? Because we do grow at different rates of speed. We are nurtured at different rates, right? One person might have a job or whatever, or a friend group or something where they get nurtured a lot by others or whatever that is, or their environment, but someone else may not. And so they feel stuck or get suppressed. And when you are depressed, right? Depression is the opposite of expression. And so it's, if you feel stuck, it's a question to say, am I expressing myself? And in what way? Am I speaking about ideas, or am I complaining, right? Am I speaking about others, or am I looking for others to inspire me, right? And when I say speaking about others, meaning like in gossip, in ways to take others down. Are you looking up, or are you looking down, right? So keeping your eyes on the positive, right? Okay, what else do we have? We have humility. Oh my gosh. And you know, this is funny. We have a little blue bird with 3 blue eggs. Humility is a major component in being thankful. But being too humble leaves the soul in a state of feeling not worthy. Be humble, but take pride in the fact that you have made it in a life with God's grace, right? So that balance of not being worthy, but you are worthy. You are just simply uh, knowing that you are like you've made it in life with the grace of God, right? And so that sets into place humility right there. I just happened to watch a video about a gentleman. I've never seen him before, but he works in a hospital, and it's like he brings the new babies out, and the first video I saw of him, apparently he does this all the time, he had 3 little ones, triplets, right? So I just saw it for the first time probably 20 minutes ago. So a really lovely message. And then because this is all blue, it does speak of our throat chakra, and it reminds us to be humble in what we are speaking of, right? Okay. So, and then with this purple light and then the violet here, this is about our intuition, trusting our intuition. And then the violet is about our crown chakra, right? Tapping in and connecting with the divine. Okay, the next one we have is life. Since we all have chosen our own charts, life is an individual learning experience, like classes taken in school. Let's pray. Dear God, I will do my best to pass my charted course so that my soul can reflect your magnificence. Isn't that beautiful? That is such a lovely message, right? Moving through life with grace. We get challenged, and sometimes we're like, we lose it. We don't even know why. What is going on? Why is this all happening? It happens for us to awaken us to what is going on. And it is through this journey that we come to realize that we did have a chart, a blueprint that was created for our experience here. We came here wanting to learn certain lessons to evolve our soul. Now, how they unfold exactly isn't necessarily planned out, but it's the ultimate target, or goal, if you will, to learn certain lessons while we are here in our human experience. Okay, what else do we have? Perceiving options. Okay, so here we have somebody who is sailing, perceiving. There is always one area in your chart that is up for grabs, be it family, health, personal growth, or finances. You'll know which it is by taking a good look at your life and seeing which areas need the most help. These are your option areas, and you can choose to start programming a better future. So how can this look? If you take like a piece of paper and you draw like 4 charts, or box charts that are all kind of the same height, and you start filling them in, label them just like this in this example, right? Different categories, if you will. This one's family, health, personal growth, or finances. You can label them mind, body, spirit. And so that would be the 3, but you can also name them the 4 bodies: the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, and the physical body. And how are you doing in these areas? Are you weighing heavy in one area where another area is depleted? And when you look at it on a table, you're having a higher perspective. When you get honest with yourself, you have a higher perspective of, maybe I haven't been putting as much energy into something, because what you give energy to will grow, and what you take away from will dissipate, right? So then you will start to see more of a balance in your life, okay? The example that I've given in the past is, let's say that someone goes to the gym every day, they work out in the morning, they work out at night, and so they give their physical body a lot of attention, right? But maybe their mental body, maybe they go to work, but they aren't doing anything to grow on a mental level, if you will, like watching things, let's say watching or learning or reading, whatever that is, right? Maybe they're just going to a job, clocking out, and it's everything's, I can't wait to get to the gym, right? And this is just an example. Maybe they go to church on Sundays. So it's kind of like, okay, so a person there could maybe see where, if they want to come more into balance, where they might step back from the gym a little bit, maybe take a class or two, and make one of those classes more about their spiritual journey, for example. So everyone can look at your own life and say, how can I come into more balance? And the other thing is, I think we can be wonderful leaders for our children by setting that type of example, right? The balance between doing and being, not always having to run, right? The balance between spending and not spending. It was just 11:11, right? Or spending or saving, right? So different things like that. Once we acknowledge it and then we take a look at it, that's where we become the observer and we can do the work, right? Okay, the next one we have is birth, which I find interesting because we have the 3 birds, and I was just speaking about the gentleman with the 3 babies. So a birth is a beautiful gift from God, but let us also be aware that this life is not as happy as life on the other side. Right now we are away at school, but all things must pass, and soon we will get to go home. So what she's speaking about here is that Earth is known as, it's called Earth School, right? We come here to learn lessons. It's, it's just like going to class, right? So we come here to learn lessons. What lessons are we learning? Now, if we look back at situations that we've been through, maybe we've held grudges, maybe we've been angry at people, frustrated, hurt, all these different things. Now, if we start going, oh, I went to that class to learn something about myself, to evolve my soul, to help humanity, right? I'm going to split this deck. What do we have here? We have dreams. So here this person lays, there's flowers in their hair. It says your dreams can be a vent for all negativity you have absorbed in your waking hours. They can also be used to contact loved ones or to see the future. Before you go to sleep, just ask God what you would specifically like to accomplish in your dreams, and you will be amazed at the results. The other thing is keep a notebook by your bed and try to record what you can, but then reflect back on them and see if there's some pattern building, some picture building, if you weren't given like the whole thing at one time, right? Okay, what else do we have here? Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Let's see what comes up with these. Okay, so I do want to say we have a crown on these. What would you like to bring forth for the collective? Dana, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through spiritual teaching, right? I just felt like this was going to come out. It is the image on the front of the box, right? Front and center, High Priestess, bringing in this knowledge, right? Bringing in this knowledge through the crown chakra, bringing it in from our soul lessons, right? From the healing work that we have done, and bringing it in to help others. Do you see how she has a purple crystal on her neck? That's the throat chakra. Speaking, right? Knowledge that you can help others through spiritual teaching, speaking about, writing about. She has blue stones on her crown. The blue is representative of the throat chakra. Okay, what else do we have? Freya, being bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So this is saying you don't have to be shy and timid, right? It is, we are here for soul lessons. It's okay to live the life, right, that we have been given, to live it and to not be afraid. All right, the next one we have is Ixchel, medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Again, this does not surprise me that this steps through today, right? So here it is showing thunder, electricity in the hands, right? That moves through the body and helps heal others, right? You are a divine channel, or you're a channel for divine healing power, using your gifts of speaking, letting that move through you. The same with healing, right? Butterfly maiden transformation. I've done a couple other readings while I've been sitting in the car, and this has come up a couple of times. Today I went for a walk and I had a beautiful monarch butterfly float into my awareness and just stay around. It was orange. It was just stunning, right? And I didn't take a picture of it. I just took it in, right? You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings, right? You're going through a transformation. This transformation is that so you can use this knowledge and this healing, right, to help others who are going through it too, to be a light. All right, in Irene, it speaks of peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Okay, the one thing that I'm going to point out in the background are 3 dolphins jumping. It's okay to play. The water is representative of our emotions. Have fun. This baby is wrapped in a purple blanket. Purple often was worn by royalty because of the work that it took to get that color. She holds a bag that is full, right, of food. It is abundance. She is at peace. There is no need to worry, right? Everything is working out beautifully. Speaking words of life over yourself, over your family, and others. Things are always working out. At the bottom of the deck, all right, see, this is just it. Sedna, infinite supply. Same thing, just what we were saying. Things are working out beautifully. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. You are supplied for. So don't let fear and worry run the show, if you will, right? Okay, so that is the message for today. I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed this beautiful rays of light. Now it looks like we have rainbow colors coming in here. So I don't know, I just am really grateful. So thank you for joining me. Take care and have a wonderful day.